Hansel and Gretel, two children who were not simply brother and sister, but each other's shadow, each other's half. From the earliest days of their lives, they were always together. Wherever Hansel stepped, Gretel's footsteps followed. Wherever Gretel's laughter rang out, Hansel's voice echoed beside it. They clung to one another so tightly that even the quiet act of sleeping became impossible if the other was not close enough to hear a breath or to feel the warmth of a body nearby. Their bond was not ordinary affection. It was the desperate, unwavering devotion of two souls who could not exist apart. And then, change began to seep in. On weekends, their stepmother began to take them away. She would put on a gentle mask, her voice soft like honey, yet tinged with something unnatural. "Children," she would say, "there is a place where you can eat as much candy as you desire, a place filled with sweets, cookies, and all the treats you could dream of. Let us go there every weekend." Hansel and Gretel distrusted her, but the temptation of sugar and candy overcame their dislike. And so, weekend after weekend, they followed her into the unknown. At the edge of the city stood an old, decaying two-story building. Its shutters sagged, its paint peeled in long, curling strips. From the outside, it looked forgotten, but inside was alive. Warmth wrapped around them, thick with the smell of cookies baking. The perfume of caramel clung to the walls, and underneath it all was another scent. Heavy soup, always boiling, always present. At the center of it stood a woman, a strange middle-aged figure, always dressed in a spotless white gown. Her hair was short and permed, her back hunched, her eyes sharp. The children called her the Candy Lady, always at her cauldron, stirring, never stopping. The Candy Lady welcomed them. "What candy do you want today?" she asked with her uncanny smile. And then the questions began. Endless questions. Do you sleep soundly? When you're alone, what do you do? Do you fear anything? Do you keep secrets from your brother? Do you cry at night when no one sees you? Each word sliced deeper, each question clawed closer. Hansel answered, but inside he shivered. He thought, why does she care so much? Why is she digging into us like this? No matter how sweet the cookies tasted, no matter how warm the soup smelled, her questions scraped at his bones, leaving him raw. Then came a rainy Saturday. Gretel wandered deeper into the house, while Hansel lingered by the window with a cookie. When he turned, Gretel was gone. His heart stopped. He searched frantically. "Gretel! Gretel!" But silence answered him. He rushed to the Candy Lady. "Have you seen my sister?" She stirred her pot calmly. "She was here just a moment ago. She will be back soon. Do not worry." But her smile, too perfect, too clean. Hansel's stomach turned cold. She did it. That witch took Gretel. Driven by suspicion, Hansel crept into the hallway. A door caught his eye. "Staff only." His hand trembled as he turned the handle. The air inside was suffocating. Photographs covered the walls, dozens of children, smiling faces, tear-streaked faces, eyes closed forever. On the desk lay a thick notebook. Hansel flipped through it. Notes, details. Terrified of water, dependent on brother, cries at night. His breath caught, his hand shook. This is no doctor's record. This is a murderer's diary. She kidnaps him. She kills him. Gretel is next. Hansel burst back into the kitchen. The Candy Lady still stirred her enormous cauldron, humming softly. But to Hansel, the cauldron was no soup. It was hell itself, boiling with children's screams. His body trembled with rage. He clenched his fists. And then, with all his might, He shoved her. The sound split the air. Metal clanged. A scream tore through the house. Boiling liquid splashed and hissed. The woman fell into her own cauldron, shrieking, "Help me, please!" Her hands clawed upward desperately. But Hansel's face was cold, unflinching. He never looked back. Hansel ran through the storm, his clothes soaked, his face pale, his eyes wild. At last, he reached home, gasping. "She took Gretel! I stopped her! I killed her!" His parents froze, their faces drained of color. Without hesitation, they rushed back with him to the candy house. The stench struck them first. Steam filled the air, thick and heavy, and then they saw it. The melted corpse of the candy lady, twisted and unrecognizable, floating in the cauldron. His parents staggered, collapsed to their knees, and clutched Hansel, sobbing uncontrollably. Hansel, pressed in their arms, stared blankly at them. And then, slowly, his lips curled into a chilling smile. "Why are you crying?" he whispered. "Don't you see? Now Gretel can return. Now she can be with us again. Ha! Ha!" His eyes stared into the void, fixed on something that was not there. But the truth was darker still. A year earlier, a river had claimed Gretel. During a family outing, a surge of water had dragged her away. She was gone, lost forever. From that day on, Hansel's mind began to fracture. He refused to accept reality. He saw her everywhere. He felt her hand in his. He laughed with her. He played with her. He whispered to her, "Look, Gretel, look at this," he would say, alone in an empty room. To him, she never left. His parents, crushed by grief, watched as their boy sank deeper into delusion. Finally, desperate, they sought help. They found her, the psychiatrist, the candy lady. She specialized in treating children. Her clinic was decorated with candy to lower their guard, filled with warmth to make them feel safe. The walls covered in photographs were not trophies, but records of her patience. The thick notebook was not a killer's diary, but medical notes. And the soup she stirred endlessly. It contained medicine for children who refused to take it. The reason Gretel faded from Hansel's eyes was not cruelty, but the medicine working at last. But Hansel's grief was stronger than medicine. His obsession, his love, his refusal to let go twisted reality beyond repair. In his broken mind, the doctor became a witch, the clinic a trap, the medicine a poison, and Gretel lived on in his imagination. Her ghostly figure walked beside him. He heard her voice. He held her invisible hand. To Hansel, it was all real. His tragedy became his truth. And so, even now, Hansel and Gretel still walk together, hand in hand, toward this candy house. The boy's face lit with a fragile smile, his eyes wet with tears, his laughter echoing into emptiness. A bond so deep it defied death, yet twisted into sorrow and madness. A love both beautiful and grotesque. Forever